when you say once once in Spanish, everything makes sense. We like in Mexico we say once once, and it's like when you see your watch, and it's like, okay, make a wish.
Can I show you something?
Yes.
This was today.
Once
I was gonna send this to you. It's actually once once. I looked at my phone and it was 11:11.
Yes, and when you present the project to Americans, it's like once, and it's not once, it's once. So you gotta learn a little bit of Spanish. Like I can show you, like once is 11:11.
Welcome to the Nick Fong Podcast. As the broker and owner of Ronival Real Estate, Nick has spent nearly 20 years in Baja, California, sir. And in this podcast, he'll be talking everything Baja, from food and culture to real estate and property management. And now, here's your host, Nick Fong.
Here we go.
And we're back. Lorena Dromundo. Lore, welcome. This is not the first time on the podcast. It's actually the second time.
Yeah, but it's the first time that we are here in your office.
In person.
Because the first one was online, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Over 2 years, maybe 3 or so.
Maybe 2 or 3, yes. But I'm happy to be here with you again.
A lot has changed. You're no longer living in Mexico City. You're actually living in the Baja now.
Yes, I'm loving it. I fall in love with Baja. I'm living right now in San José del Cabo, and it's amazing. I will never go back to Mexico City.
Only to visit.
Yes, it's good to visit, just like for the weekend, because I also miss Mexico City because there are all my friends, family, and all that. But I prefer to be living in Cabo and go on vacations to Mexico City.
For those that don't know who you are, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Lorena Dromundo. I'm 32 years old. And well, I've been riding bikes for my whole life. Like I was a pro mountain bike rider till 28. I stopped racing, like World Cups, Pan American Championships, Nationals. I did a lot of stuff around bikes. Like also at the same time that I was riding and racing, I was doing a lot of projects around sports. And well, I was top 15 in the world, 3 times Pan American champion, and also like a lifetime national champ.
Wow. And so you're no longer competing.
Exactly.
You're retired.
Yes.
But you're still very involved in the biking world and everything around like extreme sports, because that's an extreme sport, isn't it?
Yes, it's an extreme sport. It's like the most extreme part of cycling. Downhill, because I do downhill. It's just going downhill, like we go uphill on a van, and then we just go down, jumping and through rocks. I don't know, raining or in any condition. So it's very extreme. Yes.
So what brought you to Baja for the first time?
Well, for the first time, what brought me here, it was a special project with tourism and the Cape Hotel. So we were trying to create this campaign talking about Cabo, but in a different way. Like, okay, there are many hotels, luxury hotels, but also there's another kind of luxury outside. And Cabo has so much potential, like with ocean, mountain, desert, there are many things to do outside. So the director of the Cape Hotel and we create together this campaign that is called Switching Gears. And we just bring many athletes, like international athletes from surf, bike, NFL, many different kind of sports. And we brought this together to show with these videos, with all this content, like the lifestyle of Cabo, like being at your hotel, like you have a very good time in your hotel, but also when you go out, what happened there? So we just communicate everything around that. And I fall in love, of course, with Baja. I saw all the potential, and I started building like some projects, more projects, and also I came again to ride bikes, and I did some clinics with Dromundo Bike Academy, my academy, like for tours, rides, classes. And well, that was just the beginning of everything and how I moved here to Cabo.
And it's morphed into another business idea. And I'd like for us to talk about this new business. Tell everyone about it.
Yes, well, this new business is Once Once. And well, Once Once just started when COVID starts. Mm-hmm. Like I stopped racing, and then I start putting together everything that I like. And it's like, okay, I think we all tag ourselves like, okay, I'm a rider, so it's okay. Yes, you're a professional rider, but you are more than that. You're not just a professional rider, and you like to do many other things. So I was like, okay, I like arts, sports, and tourism. How do I put all this together and make it a business? Mm-hmm. And well, at the beginning, it was just like a romantic idea, and starts getting everything together. And then, well, I start Once Once with, I presented to some brands, and I get this, how do you say? Well, I got some money from a big hotel, and we start Once Once last year in San José del Cabo. And so Once Once, what does is like, there are two sides of Once Once: the romantic side and the business side. Mm-hmm. What is the romantic side? It's like this community hub. We are like community builders. That's it. Mm-hmm. It sounds funny, but it's what we are, like community builders, where we have this space. And I think there are many people, like very interesting people with so much ideas to share, and that they have I want to listen to that people. So I want to bring them all together to this hub. Mm-hmm. So in this hub can happen many creative things, sport things, like many things. And the other side is like Once Once produces events, experiences, and all this around the community, the locals, but also focusing in tourists, like to bring tourists to the locals. And that's the way how I fall in love with Baja. So I'm doing exactly the same.
Right. And so it's just you?
Yes. Right now, yes.
Your passion project. And so what kind of events and things have you done in the past year with Once Once?
Well, last year we host a Festival Internacional de Cine de Los Cabos. Mm-hmm. So that's a big event. And it was awesome in this location, this abandoned hotel, beachfront. We host this movie, and the principal actor and the producer come to present it. It was very good. Also, we bring like an imitation show from Mexico City. Mm-hmm. And we did a lot of other events, like, well, also we were part of World Meeting Forum. We received all these people, these agencies, just as soon as they get down from the airplane, they come to Once Once, and we receive them, but in a different way, like with this Once Once style. And well, that's a little bit of what we have done, and also many like parties and concept parties and many things.
So Once Once, for non-Spanish speaking people, what does that translate to?
For non-what?
Spanish speaking folks. Once Once, the literal.
Yes. Okay. Well, Once Once is 11:11. Mm-hmm. So that's funny, because that is like something difficult, because when you say Once Once in Spanish, everything makes sense. We like in Mexico we say Once Once, and it's like when you see your watch, and it's like, okay, make a wish.
Can I show you something?
Yes.
This was today.
Once
I was going to send this to you. It's actually Once Once. I looked at my phone, and it was 11:11.
Yes, and when you present the project to Americans, it's like once, and it's not once, it's once. So you gotta learn a little bit of Spanish. Like, I can show you, like Once is 11:11.
Hey, thanks for being a part of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to get the latest updates. And if you're watching this on our social channels, please like and share. And if you want to be featured, or you want me to talk on a certain topic,
food, activities, culture, real estate in the Baja? Drop a comment.
And that signifies to you and to other people? What?
Yeah, well, when I created Once, it's something like a little bit of like, I don't know how to say it, but it's something magic when around numbers. There's a lot of story behind that. And also it's something I was thinking about, a name that people can relate something in their lives. You know, it's like Once for Mexicans. It's like very, very common to say like Once, make a wish. Or also, I don't know, like they can feel identified with that. I don't have to explain. So as soon as they look Once as a business, it's like, I know why.
Got it. And so you're making wishes happen.
Yes, exactly. And well, also it was like my wish. It was like putting everything that I like together and make a business out of it, but in a good way, like doing businesses that matters, you know, that's what I want to do. And it's like, make your passion your lifestyle. And that, I think that's a wish that everybody wants, but not everyone can do. So in this space, it's like, okay, I can show you, I can inspire you and let you know how things can get done, you know, even though it's hard, but it's possible.
It's not easy.
It isn't
easy.
I can you know that.
Well, and everyone, Lorena actually is a proud homeowner now, and it was not easy. But
no.
You're very invested in the area, both from professionally and from a personal standpoint.
Yes, totally. It has been like a trip doing all this, and it's like I think this is my new downhill. Like all my life, how everything changed when I stopped racing and start building Once, and everything that brings with that, like many things, you know, but that's like has been my new downhill. It's something like gives me that rush, you know, that adrenaline, because I gotta accept this, but I'm totally an adrenaline junkie, you know. And I think people that do sports, like action sports, they know exactly what I'm saying, because it's not just like this, like, oh yes, adrenaline junkie. It's like for real, and you need to be.
It's like oxygen.
Yes, and if not, you're like so bored. It's like, if it's easy, it's like, thanks, but no, I want to be just like, you know. But sometimes it's like, oh, Lorena, stop, please. But I can't.
So when you were racing, was that every time you would do a race? I mean, are you scared?
Yes. Like,
because, I mean, you could die doing that.
Yeah, totally. You can die doing any action sports. It's like the risk is higher. And yes, fear never disappears. This is something that people think that I'm fearless, but no, I'm not fearless at all. I just get used to make this balance between fear and my consciousness, and to listen to what my body says and my emotions, and I learned how to control it, and also when to say no. I need to stop because I'm not good right now, and I will die if I do that. Even though I know how to do it, there are higher possibilities to just not make it.
So you've actually had that in your professional career, where you've said, I'm not ready for this. Yes,
totally. And I think that is what saved me a lot of times, because I don't really have many broken bones, or not even one bone, you know, just like a, how do you say?
Like a fracture? Or,
yeah, like a little fracture, but it's not a real, great fracture. But well, I think I was very, I don't know, it was hard to say no when you were at a World Cup. And even in World Cups, sometimes I said like, no, I'm not ready for this, like in this moment. Tomorrow I will come and train it, because I know if I keep on pushing right now, I will just get hurt, you know. So do everything else, but this thing that is scaring you can wait till tomorrow. And tomorrow you gotta do it. There's no other way. So it's like a commitment. And when I think sports show you the real thing about commitment, action sports, because you are playing with your life all the time. So are you committed or not? If not, you go home.
So with your Once adventure, is it as scary as downhill racing?
Yes, totally. Like this evolution, this transformation into the business, like big businesses, and also me doing all this Once with a big group of hotels and restaurants. It was like this, like a Shark Tank, you know, and I was learning how to swim with sharks, and it was horrible at the same time that it was so cool, because I learned a lot. And I think I have new skills that will help a lot. And in businesses, what I say is that you never lose. In businesses, you just get ready for next levels. Even though one business wasn't successful, maybe, but for your person, like it's super successful because you learn a lot, and that was what I have from this experience with this group. Now Once it's like walking, but not with all this pressure, you know. Right. And it started very, very cool.
That's awesome. And I look forward to seeing more Once around Cabo and the Baja. And what's the best way people can stay in touch with you?
Well, Instagram, I think that's the best, Lorena Dromundo, or Once HQ. Okay. HQ for headquarters. So right. Once headquarters.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us and being a live guest on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. That's Lorena Dromundo, and you can find her on Instagram. And until the next one, bye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronival Real Estate, and follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronival. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronival.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.